Hello everybody, thank you for coming back to the channel. If you have never been to my channel, thank you for popping in to check out this video or the entire channel in general. I do appreciate that. So guys, today I'm going to show you 10 Windows tips that I actually use most of these. So I wanted to put this together just to kind of make your Windows experience a little more fun, a little bit better. Some of these will also work on Windows 11 actually, although I've not tried all of these on Windows 11. I know a couple that will, so we will just discuss that as we go through with the video. Okay guys, so what we're going to start with, as you see, and as you guys know that my desktop never looks like this, but this is just for demonstration purposes. I put a bunch of icons here. So if you need to clean up your desktop icons and you just want to see it blank and you just don't want to sort through this or organize it right now, it's pretty easy. All you do is right click, go to view, and then there's a thing here at the bottom, show desktop icons, and you just unclick that. So as you see, like magic, they all disappeared. To bring them back, you just right click, view, and re-click show desktop icons. Now, the easiest and probably the best way, I guess not easiest, but the best way is to clean up your system. Put these into folders and don't have this mess to begin with. But if you do and you want to get rid of them quickly, that's how you do that. Next tip, guys, has to do with the File Explorer. And I always have a quick icon here for File Explorer, so I'm going to open that up. But did you know that if you want more than one File Explorer windows, or more than one File Explorer window, you know, you're working in here and you want to bring up another one without having to go back, all you actually do is hover your mouse over the folder again and use your middle scroll button and just click. It will actually bring up as many File Explorer windows as you want with each click. So I thought that was kind of cool. Now, while we're on the topic of the File Explorer window, when you open it, you notice that it goes right here to quick access. Some of you may prefer it to open up to this PC like that. So if you are one of those people, here's how you change it. You just go here to view and you click on options. And then it is under the general tab here, open File Explorer to this PC. So you just choose that, hit apply, and OK. And now when we click on that, it opens to this PC. Now the next tip also has to do with the name this PC, by the way. Do you guys remember in prior versions it was actually named My Computer? So if you prefer this like I do, it's simple. All you have to do is right click here, go to rename, and you can name it to anything that you want, but I kind of prefer mine to say My Computer. And so you'll see that it won't take effect right away. So, but once you close it and reopen it, voila, check that out. It is now named My Computer. Now, Arrow Shake is another one. So let's open up a few Explorer windows here. Okay, so you got a few windows open and you want to quickly minimize. So all you do is grab this up here with your left mouse and hold it and shake. Everything else minimizes. I have 3 monitors and I actually had stuff up on my other monitors too, and that minimized as well. Sorry, I couldn't show you that. But that is a quick way to minimize everything on your desktop. Maybe if your boss walks in and you're playing a game, you can grab an important window like command prompt and just minimize everything else, and command prompt looks important, right? So, and then you just shake it again to pull everything back up. But I already closed everything, so but yeah, so that is a cool little trick there. Now this is actually for some reason disabled by default in Windows 11, but the good news is you can actually go into the settings in Windows 11 and re-enable that. Now the other thing I wanted to show you here, again, let's say we have, you know, some windows open like we do here. Let's go ahead and get these all up here. And did you guys know that you can hide or show open windows? There's a hidden button. If you go here to the bottom right of your screen, you see your clock, but right to the right of that, there's a little line and over to the right side of the line, you just click. And that minimizes everything on your desktop. Hides every window that you have open. And just to bring it back, you just click it again, and it brings everything back. So I thought that that was pretty cool. So now, guys, have you ever been, a lot of you might not work in the command prompt. I work in the command prompt, not often as I used to, but I still do from time to time. And I've actually heard a lot of people say, why can't we see, like if we have command prompt up, we kind of still want to see what's behind us. Well, the cool news is you actually can. Use Control and Shift on your keyboard, hold those down, and then with your scroll mouse, your scroll wheel on your mouse, move it up and down as you're holding Control and Shift. And as you can see, it makes it transparent. And that's about as light as we can go there. And then you bring it back up, and that brings it darker. So that is a cool little trick that I actually just learned that recently, and I had always kind of thought that'd be kind of cool.
Charge complete.
Because I got tired of minimizing things to see the background, but now with this little trick, you don't have to do that. So speaking of command prompt, let's stay in here just for a moment. So a lot of you might think that the black background is boring, and I completely agree. But it doesn't bug me much anymore because, like I said, I don't work in command prompt as much as I used to. If I am in here, it is just for a minute or two, do my thing, and then get out. But I want to show you this little trick to change the background. So just like the last tip, we will right click here and we will go to Properties. And so it always defaults you to Colors tab for some reason. That bugs my OCD because it should be Options, but okay, properties it is. So if you take a look here, this you can choose what to change. You can actually change, and this is a bonus tip because I was just going to show you how to do the background, but I will show you this as well. So if you wanted to change the text from white to something else, you can change that here and then just choose your colors. Screen background is what we were going for originally. Then you got your pop-up text and pop-up background. I'm not real sure what those two mean, so we're just going to leave that one alone. But we're going to concentrate on screen background now. So say, for instance, you want to change that from black to, I don't know, let's say that you want this red color. So all you do is choose that red color, and you're going to hit OK. Now you will see it kind of makes a little bit of a red line down here, but it doesn't change it back here. For some reason, I have found that you actually, once you change it, you have to close out and you have to relaunch. It's a pain, and I don't know why. Who knows? Microsoft, you know. So that is how you change your background. So we're going to change it back, Properties, and we're just going to go to the black, hit OK, close it, and relaunch. So that is that with the command prompt. There was actually a few different cool command prompt tips there for you. Now the last one I want to show you guys, I've probably shown it in other videos, but I think it's important. A lot of people complain about, their computer doesn't seem as fast as it used to. Over the years it has just slowed down. And one reason that could be is you could, once you install things, you start installing things on a system, you have things running in the background. Those applications start running in the background, and people don't realize that. So one thing that you can check is go down here to your taskbar and right click and go to Task Manager. Now you're going to move over to the tab here called Startup. And what this is, you can see the status here. This is actually, this will show you every application that is starting when your computer starts. I will tell you now, a good 90% of regular users do not need almost anything to start when their computer starts. All that is doing is running those programs in the background that you're not using and sucking up your memory resources. So if we take a look at this, you can click on status to show which ones are enabled, and that's what I would recommend, to show all your enabled ones first, and then go through this list and decide, do I really need this application to start when the computer starts? Most of the time it's going to be a no. So Spotify, I do not need that to start when my computer starts. I don't use Spotify that often. I like to launch it manually when I need it. If not, it's just running in the background and taking up my resources. So I'm just going to right click on that and hit disable. And Discord is the same. Even though I use Discord all the time, my OCD kicks in and says, I want to do it. I will run it manually. Don't run when I start my computer. So I'm going to right click and disable that. So looking at everything else, though, I do want to start. That's just my personal preference. I do like all these to start when I start the computer. I've heard people say, well, yeah, but I don't want to get rid of that program. I don't want to uninstall it. Understand, this does not uninstall your programs. This simply tells your system, do not run this when the computer starts. Let me run it manually. So it does not delete anything. There is no harm in doing this, guys. Anyway, guys, that is it. That is my 10 Windows tips for you. Again, some work in 11. Most of these, or all of these, will actually work in 10, but some will work in 11. Just kind of play with that if you have Windows 11. And of course, if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments section down below. I always do my best to answer every question. I might not get to them all, but you can definitely give it a shot, and I'm happy to help when I can. If this video helped you, if you like it, go ahead and click like, and please consider subscribing for future content. Thanks, guys. Later.